The trend continues to be driven by the arrival of families who are new to our country. I want to be absolutely clear about who these folks are. They are families, some expecting moms, and children. More than half are children. And they are here lawfully, allowed in with the knowledge and consent of our federal government. Massachusetts, we are a compassionate state. We take seriously our duty of care for those who are vulnerable, and we value the hope and the resilience that newcomers bring. So we've met this moment in Massachusetts using all the resources, creativity, and the partnership that we have to offer. We've opened 2 new welcome centers, set up legal services programs, contracted with human services providers, called up National Guard members, and we've also seen local communities step up in so many ways. But we've also made it clear at every step that our shelter system cannot expand indefinitely. This level of demand is not sustainable. We need urgent support from the federal government, which bears ultimate responsibility for this situation. Today, we can share that our shelter system is on the verge of reaching capacity. As of yesterday, close to 7,000 families are in emergency shelter. That's more than twice the number of families we were sheltering a year ago. This includes 23,000 people spread out across 90 cities and towns at hundreds of locations, from traditional shelters to hotels and motels to temporary sites such as college dorms. The reality we are facing now is this: we do not have enough space, service providers, or funds to safely expand beyond 7,500 families. We expect to hit that limit at the end of the month. From that point on, we will no longer be able to guarantee shelter placement for new families entering the system. I want to assure you that we will continue to engage, assess, and serve every family who appeals for help as best we can. Families with high needs, including health and safety risks, will be prioritized for shelter placement. But especially with winter approaching, we need everyone to understand that we are entering a new phase of this challenge. We can no longer guarantee shelter placement for families who are sent here. So we are implementing new strategies to address the situation. Here's what we are doing. First, I'm appointing a new emergency assistance director to lead operations in this new phase. Lieutenant General Scott Rice has more than 4 decades of experience in the U.S. Air Force, including as director of the U.S. Air National Guard. He served as the TAG of the Massachusetts National Guard under 2 administrations, both for Governor Patrick and Governor Baker. In that role, he led emergency management teams through situations that include snowstorms and floods, where families needed support and communities needed a partner. General Rice will work across our incident command structure and in close collaboration with local officials and stakeholders. We'll invite him to introduce himself in just a moment. The bottom line is that he has the strategic and the operational expertise that we need to lead the emergency shelter system through this new reality. In addition to appointing a new leader, we are also taking steps to help families exit from shelter. We have families who have been in shelter for well over a year. The more we can do to help them find their own footing, the quicker we can reduce demand on state and local resources and free up space for other families. For that reason, we're prioritizing access to the home-based rehousing program, as well as rental assistance and private sponsorships for families who've been in shelter the longest. High housing costs are part of that challenge. So expanding access to affordable homes and lowering costs for all our residents will continue to be a top priority. We're also taking proactive steps to get shelter residents working and self-sufficient. As we have said many times, we need the federal government to more quickly process work authorizations for new arrivals. They want to work. They want to support their families, and we have thousands of open jobs going unfilled here in our state. So we are not waiting any longer. We are connecting as many shelter residents as we can to work opportunities. First, we are working with shelters and employers to help match work-eligible residents with jobs. That work is being led by our mass hire regional offices and workforce boards, and they are getting results. For example, Mass Hire South Shore is working with Dunkin' Donuts to connect shelter residents to 30 open jobs. And that's just one example of many. In addition, we're developing a new job training initiative with a nonprofit arm of the Commonwealth Corporation Workforce Agency. This is in addition to the work that is going on right now, pairing mass hire workforce regional boards with employers and those who are right now work eligible. But in addition to that program, we have developed a new job training initiative with the nonprofit arm of Commonwealth Corp. This is our state workforce agency. Through this program, shelter residents who are waiting but do not yet have work authorization will now get access to job skills training run in partnership with employers. We want to make sure they're trained up and ready to work as soon as their permits come through. And this is how we will move folks faster out of shelter. It is also a way to help employers find the workers that they are looking for. This is something businesses have asked us for, and it is a win-win opportunity. And we invite any employer out there who would like to get involved to reach out. Massachusetts will continue to rise to this challenge. That's who we are. But I want there to be no doubt. This is a federal problem that demands a federal solution. Families are coming in through the federal system, and the federal government must step up to support them. Last week, at our request, officials from the Department of Homeland Security came to Massachusetts to view the situation on the ground. We want this visit to lead to action, because over months of multiple requests and meetings, we have communicated directly and clearly the needs we have here in the state. We need work authorizations. We've identified specific regulatory and guidance adjustments as well as logistical improvements, all of which would expedite the review process and help families become more self-reliant more quickly. We also need funding to cover ongoing costs of providing shelter and services. Department of Homeland Security has acknowledged our very strong position that funding should be distributed equitably among the states based on the pressure their systems are under. We need to see that happen. State and local budgets can only stretch so far. From this point on, the federal government must also meet its emergency management responsibilities directly. It will need to establish larger sites where more families can be sheltered and provided with basic necessities. This is something that has been done before in similar moments, and it must be done again. Ultimately, we need Congress to advance meaningful immigration reform and pass the president's proposed funding. Our delegation and President Biden have long called for and proposed these types of solutions. Here in Massachusetts, we have shown that we can move forward in a unified way from our shared values, but we can only go it alone for so long. It's time for the federal government to step up and do the job we need them to do. But today, we wanted to be very clear about the state of play and about new measures we are taking to address the current situation.